Welcome back for another Cube video. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and this is a Pack 1 Pick 1 Tinker. I like the frog in the natural order too, but I'm not passing a Tinker. That seems cray-cray. Volcanic Island unfortunately probably will not come back, but Pentad Prism has a very strong chance of coming back, and starting with Tinker is just very, very helpful. Any of like the Mystical Tutor, Vamp Tutor stuff, we get to just auto take now, and if we can see a Bolus of Citadel or any other big artifacts, we get to just take it, and hopefully no one else will want them because we have the Tinker. So yeah, let's take that. Um, yeah, Force of Will seems great. I do notice the Underworld Breach, but I'm not going to pass Force of Will. Being able to tinker with Force of Will backup is just a very good feeling. Passing on Steam Vents, so Volk and Steam Vents are potentially gone. That is good to know. Orcish Bowmasters is definitely not coming back around either. I think at best we're going to get back a Nexus of Becoming and maybe Hollowed Fountain as far as like cards that we're interested in. Maybe Vivi. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to confirm pick this Force of Will. And this is a pretty good start. Oh, now there's a Mightstone Weakstone. There's also a Lorien revealed. I think I'm supposed to just take the Mightstone Weakstone. I don't want to tinker for this, but I'm probably going to want to be a Workshop deck and Workshop cast this very well. So let's take that. Okay, now there's a Tezzeret, there's a Golos. Pyrite Spellbomb I like. This is Lightning Bolt. I apologize for the art. There's just not a good art for Lightning Bolt on the client right now. I hope that they eventually put like the retro art on, like they've done with a lot of other cards. I think the Golos honestly has a very high chance of wheeling. I'm going to take the Tezzeret. I could also see the Pyrite Spellbomb, of course, because it goes well with Tinker. It's a 1-drop that you can Tinker out of. But I think the Tezzeret has the most upside.
My purpose is clear. Rule the edge.
Okay, so we have Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Staff of the Storyteller is not a 0. It's funny that Gristlebrand, Persist, and Baragoi for all in the same pack. I know Persist can't get Gristlebrand, but there's also a Treasure Cruise. But I think I'm supposed to just take Jace. This can always flash back the Tinker, and I don't hate that. And it's just another blue card to go with this Force of Will. I really think it's that or the Staff of the Storyteller. I don't like Brainstorm and I don't like Treasure Cruise in these decks. I do think Staff of the Storyteller is very strong. It's a decent one to tinker out of as well. However, I think I just want to take up some more blue cards and maybe pass less blue cards and we get more blue cards back in the second pack. With that said, I think it's I mean, we're only a few picks in, but I think it's a decent chance that the person next to us isn't blue. So that's nice. Hopefully we get like Mana Vault to go with this Tezzeret. That would be incredible. I haven't seen a Mana Vault in a while. We've seen some late ones and haven't been able to use them to great effect. But Mana Vault here would be great. Obviously, Soul Ring would be great, but I think Mana Vault's a little bit more reasonable to expect. I'm hoping that eventually they put like the Monarch and Initiative and Time Vault and all that stuff in here as well. I know some people don't like them, but it would be really great in my opinion. Okay, now there's a Triplicate Titan, and I don't like this card a whole lot, but it does demand a pretty great board presence in order to deal with. Other than that, it's like Oliphant, but Volcanic and Steam Vents have already been seen. It's only pack 1. So that puts my stock in Oliphant a bit less. I don't really want Profs. I'm just not a fan of it. Let's just take Triplicate Titan. This thing has housed us a few times in this cube, so it'll be nice to be the ones doing it this time. This isn't the most exciting Tinker target, but I mean, sometimes if you can just turn to this, it's hard to deal with. Okay, now that's a Dak Faden. That's great. I see the talisman, but there's a ton of talismans. There's a ton of green cards in this pack. But yeah, let's take this Dak Faden. I'm very excited to take this Dak Faden. Oh, there's a Rogrim Triumph. That's actually really nice. Because now that this is either like balance or obviously we have Dak Faden already, so that's comparable. I mean, it's not as good as Steam Vince or Volcanic Island, but I don't think we're getting those. We'll see this next pack. Volcanic Island was in my opener, but I don't expect it to be there. If it is there, we're probably taking it. I don't remember. I know there's Orcish Bowmasters. That's not coming back. Okay, we did not get it back, but hey, we got Pentad Prism. That's great. I wouldn't mind this Fiery Islet either. I really wouldn't, but this is also ramp, so we're gonna take Pentad Prism. This is a great artifact to tinker out of, and honestly, we could even turn 3 with no artifacts in play, Pentad Prism and Tinker, because it replaces itself as long as you use 2 different colors of mana. Alright, we didn't get the Steam Vents either, unfortunately. Now, Lava Spur Boots is not a 0, but I think I'd rather have the Galvanic Blast. Removal's really nice. We're going to have a lot of artifacts. But Lava Spur Boots and Triplicate Titan combo is not lost on me. Also, it's fetchable with Tezzeret, but I really just... I want removal. I want to make sure we don't die in the first couple of turns. And this one, like I said, is a pretty good one for us. Okay, I'm going to take the Verge here. That's pretty easy Verge. I don't want to play green in these Tinker Shells. Don't really want to play any of these. I guess we take the playable. I would normally take this Questing Beast, but I guess we take the playable. Wow. They are thinking, or they're disconnected. Hopefully it's not the latter. But yeah, hopefully you've seen some of the videos now that have shown off the Oklahoma Land Run. I do apologize for that video being a little bit less volume, unfortunately. Generous Plunder is a great wheel, by the way. I am in the process of updating it. As soon as I get more information, I will post another one. So thank you for bearing with me. If you like vintage or legacy or even vintage cubes, it's a great one. We have a high roller cube on Friday that we do all the... I'm sorry, Thursday we do all the time. I guess I'd rather take the unmarked grave. You never know. We've always done like I know the first year we did it, we had a beta Mox Jet. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Well, I'm glad I'm not tempted by this Watery Grave. I think we're supposed to just take this Time Twister and pray that Candelabra comes back. I could see the Currency Converter as well. It does play very well with Tezzeret. I'm sorry, Dak, and is fetchable by Tezzeret. Am I supposed to take the Currency Converter? This is tough. So we know the Bowmasters is gone, and we're not really a Shieldred deck, so it's like Hull Breacher and Narset are like the 2 big ones. Jace also plays well with Currency Converter, I suppose. Okay, you talked me into it. I'll take the Currency Converter. I do hope the Candelabra wheel... Ooh, that's a Library of Alexandria. There's also a Kitten, for what it's worth. And a Windswept Heath. Windswept Heath notably getting Rogran Triumph, but we don't have white yet, so it's only a fetch for that so far. But yeah, let's take the Library of Alexandria out of this one. Okay, now we have Miscalc. Lotus Petal is probably what we're supposed to take. No More Lies wouldn't be a terrible wheel. Teferi wouldn't be a terrible wheel. And honestly, I wouldn't even mind a Mana Confluence. But we're going to take this Lotus Petal. It's also fetchable by this Tezzeret, which is nice as well. It's also another thing we can turn 3 without having an artifact in play and tinker. Unfortunately, one of the scary things about drafting a deck like this is that you're very dependent on what's opened, and this is a very large cube. Like I know my personal cube, I try to keep around the 405 number, so a little bit bigger than an 8-man draft. I just like having most of the things opened, but not guaranteed. Also, I usually find that the decks are a lot more condensed, so it's really awkward when you draft a deck and it has like no power, no fast mana, and then someone just gets lucky and opens 3 pieces of power in 3 of their packs and just absolutely steamrolls you. Okay, speaking of absolute steamroll, this pick is an absolute steamroll. I am going to kind of hope that this Corey Steelcutter comes back, or this Ponder maybe. I don't think Remand will. But yeah, Mystical Tutor for Tinker, yes please. I also just am a big fan of having like interaction in the cube. Like I noticed Force of Vigor is not here. Granted, not Mana Vault, Time Vault's not in the cube, not in this cube, but there's still the Force of Vigor. I think would be a great inclusion for this cube, and really make green a lot more draftable. I guess I'm just taking this Soul Guide Lantern. I'm not excited about anything else in this pack. I really hope we open up a Tolarian Academy. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. There's a Jace. There's a Teferi. That's a reason to play white. We already have a blue-white fixer. But also staying 2 colors does seem really nice, honestly. Like, I think if I had balance, I would play Teferi, but I don't have balance, so I'm honestly leaning towards Jace because of that. Oh, Batterskull. That's really not a bad Tinker target, but there's also Stock Up, and I think that's much better. Notably, there's also Third Path, but Stock Up helps us find our Tinker, which is what we're trying to do. It could also even find us our Force of Will to go along with our Tinker. So I do think we're supposed to take Stock Up here. Although I do really like this Batterskull. But yeah, we're going to take the Stock Up. That's the Snapcaster Mage. It doesn't get a whole lot currently, but I think I like that better than Elspeth. Again, we're not guaranteed to be white. I don't like anything else in this pack, so let's just take the Snap. Thieving Skydiver, that's a great one. Notably, Death did come back, but we're not going to be that Reanimator deck. It's not for us this time. Thieving Skydiver was a great pickup, though. Stealing their artifact and then tinkering it away seems fantastic. Well, 6 came back around. Not 6, sorry. Titania came back around. I think I'm just going to take her just because. It's like that or Commercial District as like a red fetchable that I guess Windswept Heath's already gone. I was thinking Windswept Heath can kind of pull these lands together. I think out of principle I'm supposed to take Titania, but I'm going to take the Enlightened Tutor, but I highly doubt I play it. Okay, No More Lies did come back around. I think I like that better than the others. This is removal, I guess. I know the Vidalcan Epicure or whatever the red thing makes a blood. That's not lost on me, but I just don't value it that highly right now. That's a blue-green land. I guess I'll keep it here for now, just as a reminder. Alright, our pack 3 needs to do some heavy lifting, unfortunately. I'll take an Esper Sentinel. And I guess an Elite Spellbinder. We'll see. Oh, there's a Mox Jet. Okay. So far, heavy lifting is happening. Yeah, Mox Jet is a great pick here. Into Chrome Mox. We don't have a ton of artifacts, so that's actually a really nice pickup. Honestly, I'm not too terribly mad if this Cauldron Complete comes back. I would really like to have a second, like, non-Mightstone, Weakstone Tinker target. Okay, Grim Monolith is great, and hopefully this Mirror Battlesphere wheels. I know Mirror Battlesphere is not the greatest, but again, having a second threat off of Tinker would be great. But yeah, we're going to take this Grim Monolith and be very happy with it. Jeweled Lotus would be a great last-minute pickup. Ooh, Sundering Titan, is that better than Polluted Delta? Sundering Titan really can just put away some games. And I don't have to play white. I can just be 2 color. and like nothing is double pipped. It's just Force of Will, and that's free. I take the chance of this Sundering Titan not wheeling. I don't think I can resist. I'm going to take the Sundering Titan. Wow, that's an incredibly late Minsk. Here, am I supposed to take the Astrolabe? I mean, it's a blue card and it's an artifact to tinker out of. Blue card for force. Oh, there's also a Misty. Why did I not just see that? It's actually not the easiest. Yeah, I'll take the Misty. I think I really do need to try to focus my mana base as I can. Lion's Eye Diamond, what does that do for me? Like almost nothing. It's just a 0. I don't necessarily want Reprieve. There's 2 more picks. I'll take the Lion's Eye Diamond. Echo was in this pack, I believe, right? In our opener, so like we should see it pick 9th potentially. That might be enough. Like Tinker and Echo might be enough to make me want to play the Lion's Eye Diamond. Ooh, Workshop. Okay, there's also Yawgmoth's Will. And Workshop doesn't even do much for us, actually. But what do the rest of these cards do for us? Again, not much. There's Sylvan Safekeeper to go with our Titania that I didn't take. Yeah, that's right. I didn't take it. Like a smart person, right? Yeah, I'll take the Workshop. It still helps me cast these things. It's just not that great. Maybe I just treat it as a spell. Unfortunately, this draft did kind of fall apart, but I'm interested to see what we can make out of it in these last few picks. Okay, there's a Spire Bluff. I don't think I want anything else here. Yep. Here we go. Let's see if we can just draw Moxjet Tinker into Sundering Titan or Triplicate Titan, depending on if it's turn 1 or turn 2 or 3. That might be something. Luckily, we do have Mystical Tutor to go with it. Volcanic and Steam Vents going early was really unfortunate for us. But, I mean, we got Tinkered Force of Will. So, like, I'll take those over either combination of the 4. Like, that's not Tinkered Force of Will, obviously. Yeah, we're probably just taking this Echo. I could also see taking the Lelia, though. But I'm going to take the Echo. We have Grim Monolith as well, don't forget. This might be a decent Nia deck. Yeah, we'll take Nia. We're definitely not an Ultima deck. Maybe we just Manamorphose. Mind Collapse, I suppose. We don't need black for anything, right? No. Fraction Revoker it is. Sure, I'll take Reprieve. Alright, I'm very interested to see how this works. I don't think it's going to work out very well, but we'll see. Pardon me for this brief interruption to introduce this year's Oklahoma Land Run information. This will be our 7th year hosting this event. Featured events include a Legacy main event, a Vintage main event, and a Team Trios main event featuring both and including Modern as the 3rd seat. If you can make it a day earlier, Thursday, July 9th, Game HQ will be hosting Last Chance Trials. These trials include various formats firing every hour starting at noon. Also happening Thursday, there will be a High Roller Vintage Cube starting at 7 p.m. A Charity Old School 93-94 tournament happening Sunday the 12th. Don't have power? Don't worry. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list for all events during the Oklahoma Land Run. This year's Playmat artist is none other than Kai Sawatari. More information, including side events and trial kits, are coming soon. Check out the link in the description to keep up to date with this year's Oklahoma Land Run. Now let's get back to the action. All right. Well, this is our pile of Magic the Gathering cards. Um, I don't really have much to say about it. I don't think this is gonna do well, but I've said that before. I've like started off 5-0 after saying my deck is trash, and oftentimes it led to a 5-3, but a five win draft is still successful. I'll say this: if I get 5 wins, like I just don't think I'm gonna get 5 wins. If I go 3-3, I'll be happy, I guess. Hopefully I get to tinker someone. Um, this is not a good Snapcaster Mage deck. Maybe I'll Thieving Skydiver. Maybe I'll Generous Plunder. But like Generous Plunder would have to basically go the distance, and good luck with that. Nia's kind of meh because like if I play her, then like if I hit Tinker, that's really awkward unless I have the artifact and the 3 mana. Tezzeret does basically nothing. I guess it could give Vigilance, right? This thing gives Vigilance or on taps. Yeah, okay. But like if I have a 9/9 in play, I'm probably already winning. I guess the 9/9 has Vigilance. I don't know. This deck just does not seem very good. But who knows? Maybe I'll draw one of my 2 copies of Tinker with Mystical Tutor and Tinker itself. Uh, yeah, this is a Tinker deck. Hopefully I stock up into Tinker. Hopefully I Dak Faden into Tinker. That's all this deck is doing. And yeah, we'll see. I'll see you in round 1. Welcome to round 1. Let's hope we just have Tinker and Triplicate Titan, maybe. Okay, I'll keep this too. Well, that's not great. I will play the Converter. You never know, they could have a Wheel of Fortune. I thought about playing the Hedge Maze to play the Pentad Prism the following turn, but okay, Elite Spellbinder is not going to do too much for us. Or against us, I should say. Like it's gonna deal us 3 damage, then maybe we blast it. If we can't draw a mountain, maybe we pitch the Hedge Maze. Sure. Joke's on them. That card wasn't that good anyways. Yep, we'll take 3. Another Plains. Quantum Riddler. Well, that's going to be very good for them when they find their second island. Okay, Jace isn't the end of the world. Which has Maze? Oh, Dak Faden? I guess because it does the thing, I guess I should probably keep that. Yep. And now we can Galvanic Blast this Elite Spellbinder. Which, unfortunately, it's face up. There's not much we can do about that. Yep, we'll take it. So I'll be looking at our Hedge Maze. If they had a Wasteland, I think they would have used it by now. I don't know if you hesitate that long when you're pressing the advantage. Okay, Concealed Courtyard. Sarah Paragon, and this gets back. Okay, that's frustrating. Yep. Okay. Well, at least we get to kill the Sarah Paragon, because we're gonna put this artifact into play, and then we're going to our turn, and then so we can Pentad Prism. That'll get a third artifact. And then we can Dak Faden and Galvanic. Yeah, let's kill the Sarah Paragon. And then we can Dak Faden up ticking on us. And then we can flip Jace.
Now they look like an easy mark. I overheard some...
Probably the stock up. Or am I supposed to Might Stone, Weak Stone? Maybe that's the play. If I say no, I can flip the Jace. So I'm going to say no. This gets Tinker, so let's get rid of the Jace. Yes.
I'm doing my best to trust other people.
And then let's do that. And then we can...
Every thought matters.
We can't upkeep the Mystical Tutor without hitting a land. But we can stock up and go from there. This wasn't a terrible turn of events. And if our opponent doesn't have second blue... Oh, Fraction Identity. Okay. That's annoying, because now they can steal our currency converter.
Don't worry, they'll never catch us.
I imagine that's what's happening.
So sorry.
And now Elite Spellbinder is not going to block. Oh, wow. Well, let's stock up so we get full information. Okay, Force of Will doesn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. This gets our red mana, but I don't know if that's good enough. Do I just get 2 lands here? I guess I could Mind Collapse, kill their Elite Spellbinder, and then kill their Dak Faden. Sure. Seems so bad. I just really can't let them get that value on us. Submit. If we can ult this Jace, we might get there.
Is my specialty.
Okay, well, unfortunately, that's a Quantum Riddler. And Currency Converter Quantum Riddler goes kind of hard, honestly. I think I'm supposed to just stock up, which means I'm supposed to not play that land, but let's stock up, let the Jace die.
At least I look like I know what I'm doing.
Play the Grim, I suppose. Attacking doesn't make any sense. I do need to set an upkeep stop for the Tinker, and then hope that Triplicate Titan's enough. If our opponent has Path to Exile, Swords of the Plowshares, Winds of Abandon, Jace Bounce, but I guess Jace Bounce actually we can replay thanks to me getting the Grim Monolith. So yeah, it's really any of those exile effects. It's gonna be really bad. They got rid of the mana leak. Flash. Please just be a Traxa. Nope. Okay, that's going to blow up Grim Monolith and probably the Jace. And if that's the case, that's totally fine. Please just blow up the Grim Monolith. Or the Workshop. That's fine too. That's why Workshop's in our deck, for them to target. Sweet. Okay, so we can still do the thing. Hopefully they don't have a counterspell here. But if they do, they do. Flicker Wisp. What is that going to target? Oh, the Woodfall Primus and blow up the Grim Monolith, hopefully? Please blow up the Grim Monolith. Yep. Please blow up the Grim Monolith. Okay, they're tapping out. That's great. Alright, we have a chance. Oh, no. I guess that means it's probably just a Spell Pierce. But Spell Pierce is enough to get it done, unfortunately. Alright, little did our opponent know, our hand is actually garbage. Gosh, this deck is so bad. Okay. Please have a Spell Pierce and put us out of our misery. Okay, they don't. Triplicate Titan. Do you have a path or swords? Okay, sure. I mean, 2 attack steps and we're dead. I'm thinking I should chomp the 6/6 and take 7 after killing the Quantum Riddler. I think is the best way to go about it. I could be wrong. Okay, them adding a 4/4 flyer is going to make this really tough too. But the 2/2 can't block anything else, and then this will let me eat the Quantum. And then maybe I can draw... I don't know what drawing a land does, actually. But... okay. Sure. I only have 1 flyer, so now... now I'm probably just dead. I'll see what my draw is, but I think I'm just dead. They're going to hit my mountain, probably. I would imagine they're going to hit the mountain. Obviously, they don't know that this green doesn't do anything, but... I mean, it's for Pentad Prism, but... good game. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 2. This hand doesn't seem great, honestly. It really doesn't. But turn 2 Dak Faden, I guess, could do something. Let's just say go. Maybe our opponent will think we'll have a miscalc. We're supposed to just play Grim Monolith now? I wish this was the Tezzeret now, because then we have turn 3 Triplicate Titan. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, let's see what this does.
Now they look like an easy mark.
I do need to be careful and mindful of Hull Breacher in the future turns to come.
Never hurts.
I supposed to get rid of Nia, I guess? Or triplicate? Let's do this. Next. And let's see what they do. Also, another thing I'd really like for these guys to do... Oh, that's so annoying. Well, that's kind of brutal, actually. Because now I can't Mystical Tutor and have a thing to sack. Sure. We'll steal that. Thanks. Yep. Yep. Anyways, I would like for them to add, like, the twin combo. I don't think that's unreasonable. Twin combo would be really fun on Arena Cube. And I think it's, like, just the right amount of power level, too, honestly. Oh, I can just natty the... Yeah, watch this.
Security is embarrassing.
And then I'll just blow up all 3 of their lands. Alright, well, we gotta win, probably. If they beat us from here, I'll concede the league. I was gonna say. Alright, I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 3. Yeah, this seems fine. Honestly, like, our deck isn't the greatest, and this functions. That is not part of the functions, so we're gonna bottom. And by bottom, I mean surveil. I always say bottom. So used to scry. Hey, that's exactly the card we want. That's unfair. I call hacks. That's aggressive. Oh. Yes, please. Dang, they remembered their token. And by token, I mean counter. Yep. At least maybe our opponent will think that the Snapcaster Mage is a counterspell of some sort. I would like to top deck a land, but if we don't, we could still tinker. Okay, we did top deck a land. Are we supposed to Mightstone Weakstone then? And then next turn we can tinker? I think that's what we're supposed to do. Our opponent didn't do anything with the mana, so I assume they have a miscalc here. No more lies, close enough. Either way, that's not our tinker. Opponent probably feeling really good that our Pinhead Prism's used up, but little do they know, it's not. And eventually we can Snapcaster Tinker if it still doesn't work. Of course, the Pinhead Prism will still be gone, but... Hopefully they just play something that doesn't matter. Are they trying to untap the Mana Vault? Because that's not how that works. They might be thinking it's like Grim Monolith. They keep hovering over it. Okay, let's see if they have another counterspell, because I'm just going to jam. This is not Cautious Edward deck. Oh! Well, I guess I don't want to steal a tapped Mana Vault. So... let's just cast this, hope it sticks. It's not going to. Oh, it does. Okay. Well, Triplicate Titan. If these were seen in reverse, I think we may have just won the game, maybe? Because they haven't done anything with anything else. Okay, I was going to say, if they untap the Mana Vault, I will Thieving Skydiver it. In a heartbeat. Interesting. Thieving Skydiver still doesn't steal the Coalition Relic. So I guess I'm supposed to stock up here. And then I can steal it next turn, maybe. Okay, none of this really matters. Do I just take the lands? I mean, this seems so bad either way. I guess I'll take the Neo. Let's take the Will. If they have Twisters in their deck, I'm going to regret. Speaking of which, because of Twister, I should probably play this Chrome Mox. I'll imprint the Snap. Alright, let's half their life total. It's going to make it really hard for them to bolus the Citadel now. They're going to go to 7. This is a reasonable untap for Mana Vault here, actually, because they're probably just going to play a bunch of stuff. Now, hopefully just have 2 lands on top of their deck. Yeah, I'm glad we have Soul Guide Lantern in play. That was nice. Let's see if they can beat us with a Soul Guide Lantern in play. Sure. That's funny that this still costs them mana because the way this is treated. Yep, and there's a draw 7 like I talked about. They may just pull off the draw 7, but that uses their mana, so I'm okay with that. Opponent still thinking. Okay, that's their land from the top of their deck. Oh, Teferi. Sure. Because if they go to target the Teferi, or target the Soul Guide, I actually get to counter their draw and exile their draw 7. And if they just play the draw 7 here, that's fine. They could bounce the Triplicate Titan, but I have Nia and Thieving. Sure.
There goes nothing.
I guess I should Nia first. Or should I just take their Coalition Relic? I'm just going to Nia first, I think. Which means I shouldn't have played my land. Yep, that's unfortunate. That's just Thieving Skydiver just as a creature, and then now they have to pay 4 mana to untap the Mana Vault. They can't play anything off of the Citadel, and then they're dead to 2 creatures. And I do think that I want to put a stop in their upkeep so I can exile their Echo after they pay 4. They need to pay 4 here. Maybe I'm okay with the draw 7, actually. And then again, maybe I'm not. Okay. Alright, do your worst. I'm just kidding, don't. Okay, Displacer's Kitten's very scary. If they have any spell, they just... Yep. That picks up that. Or blinks it, even better. Coalition Relic is basically... It's not infinite mana, but it's infinite 1-drops. I'm glad I have the flyer, I'll say that. Because they're still staring down lethal. And they already played... Did they play the Darkslick Shores? No, that was last turn, so they can still play a land off the top. They should have definitely made colorless mana with that. If they have a Mox in their deck, I am effectively dead. That means they probably have a Mox. And that could even be a Chrome Mox. And by Chrome Mox, I mean Mox Opal, not Chrome Mox, because they have to keep exiling. Okay. Our opponent did it. Congrats to them. I'm going to make them kill me, though. I guess not stealing the Mana Vault was bad. Because it allowed all this to happen. So that's actually super punishing. But I didn't think Displacer Kitten was coming down, so...
My network is already vast.
Opponent may not know about Teferi. Okay. What is this going to get? Okay, they did blink the Teferi. Into Mana Crypt?
My will is my own.
Interesting.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Okay, opponent does not know about... I don't think they know about Teferi and any Mox with Displacer Kitten. They can just draw their deck. Okay, yeah, our opponent had us dead and just didn't know how their cards worked. And that's not like a dig. I just mean that's what happened. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, with Displacer Kitten, Teferi, and a Mox, you can just draw your deck. And then hopefully you can win from there. Maybe they don't have a win condition, but they didn't execute that plan, so that suggests to me that they weren't aware of that. So I'll see you in the next round. All right. I mean, this is turn 1 Generous Plunder. Sure. If we weren't on the play, I probably wouldn't keep this. But turn 1 Generous Plunder into Stock Up, I think that's fine. Hopefully I can find a Dak Faden soon and just discard the Sundering Titan. Take action. Let's attack, see what happens. Alright, do they have a Spell Pierce? No. That's a Mystical Tutor. And we're probably also supposed to take the Snap in case they counter the Tinker. Yep. Don't have another. Dang it. Okay. Well, now they can block the Generous Plunder, but they're going to take a lot of damage. I think I'm supposed to just Mystical Tutor now. Because I can sack the tapped treasure. If they have a Daze, they get me on either side. Take 5. Yep, block, block. And let's see if they can beat a Triplicate Titan, which I'm not saying they can't. If I still had the generous int, or not the generous int, sorry, the generous plunderer, I would consider honestly just killing the third path there. All right, what does Snapcaster do? Snapcaster stock ups. Hey, a stock up of their own. Good thing this thing flies. They have 2 turns to deal with the Triplicate Titan. Imagine this deck going the distance. That would be horrible. I mean, good for me, I guess, but I don't expect it. If I get to 5 wins, I'll be excited. Okay. Let's attack. Imagine if I had Chain Lightning in my deck, I can just Snapcaster Mystical Tutor for. Galvanic Blast? Okay, no, dang. Sure, why not? Alright, they got 1 turn to kill me, and I got Snapcaster Mage do nothing. The LED says they're either an Echo or a Breach deck, more than likely. This Verge could be for Yawgmoth's Will as well. I did give them a treasure, but then I would be down a Chrome Mox if I didn't, so who's to say? Vampiric Tutor? Yep, and they have a draw engine with the Pirate Spellbomb. Excuse me. So if this is Yawgmoth's Will, I may just be dead here. They do go to 1. Draw a card off Pyrite. LED first. If this is Breach, I am dead. I guess I'm not guaranteed dead because the Vamp kills them. But I'm very likely dead. But I assume that this is a Breach. Underworld Breach. Oh, Mystic Confluence? Sure. Do I just turn Chrome Mox into a draw 2 then? I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And then, like, if I hit Workshop, that's just incredible. It'd be funny if they just scoop to this automatically. Okay, they did not. I wish they did, but they did not. Draw 2 cards. Okay, not the worst. 7 mana. 1 mana away from just casting a Sundering Titan. I will just fire off the snap here probably, unless they attack with everything and don't cast another spell, but Expressive Iteration means they're probably casting another spell. Unless they exile a land and say go. But even then, that means they probably have a reactive spell, which will still get them to play something. Okay. Yep, that's unfortunate. Yep. Okay, yeah, here I'll just save as much life as possible, I think. Alright, let's draw a land. That was not a land. I guess I should probably undo and start with this. Honestly, if this exiles a land, I'm not even mad. Am I supposed to Jace now? Maybe I was supposed to keep one of these back. That way if they have a Wheel of Fortune effect, it doesn't screw me. Yep. All right. Let's draw 3. I really wish I had a blue card. Let's Sundering Titan, because if they have a counterspell... Oh, dang. Okay, well... Did not think that was going to instantly resolve. Okay, they still scooped. That's fine. Alright. Interesting. I'll see you next round. Alright, well... Here I do have turn 2 Generous Plunder into Mystical Tutor for Tinker. I think I'll keep that. Let's see what they do. Honestly, part of me just hopes that they play like Mother of Runes, say go. This is not what I want them to do. This is the opposite of what I want them to do. Okay. Oh, that would have been nice last turn. Maybe I just Tezzeret.
Through ambition,
Minus for a Chrome Mox, maybe.
even the smallest trinket has its use.
I'll get a Soul Guide Lantern, why not? Interesting. Okay. Oh, library. Well, that's too bad. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I could wait, but I don't think that's correct.
Mana still obeys me here. My control is absolute.
All right. Let's see if Tinker's good enough here. This will be my Plains, Islands. Oh. Okay. I legitimately don't know if I'm supposed to get Triplicate Titan or Sundering Titan. I think I'm supposed to just get Triplicate Titan, though, and just let them have their mana. Oh. Okay, that doesn't matter. They get to kill Generous and the Tezzeret? Sure.
one loss doesn't alter my plans.
All right. Triplicate Titan. I could also Might Stone, Weak Stone, but that just does not seem right. I think I'm supposed to just go for the win. If they have a draw 7, that's horrible for me. Luckily, it's not lethal yet because I will block and then get 3/3s, but opponent thinking. Maybe they're coming to that realization. Maybe they have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's not lethal. If that's the case, maybe they're supposed to attack first. I am blocking. Yeah, maybe they're trying to do that first. Yeah. Yeah, blocking 1000%, not dying to a Wheel of Fortune. Yep. I'll happily take my 3/3s. Also, like Snapcaster for Tinker if I get another land will be great. I hope they have the Wheel of Fortune. That lets us library. Nice. Absolutely nice. Okay. That resolves. That's a workshop. I have a library in hand. I'm just going to keep saying go. Also, this Mind Collapse is an instant, so I can hit something like that. Let's make them go to combat first. I mean, good for them on this Ragavan because it means I'm not getting closer to library, but it's going to have to be a strong card for me to not want to play it. Stock Up would be nice. Okay, Intu's kind of annoying, not going to lie. Yep. I mean, that does, with a land, that does get us Tinker again. Okay, they got another land in play. Sure. Sure. So sacking the Soul Guide doesn't help us get closer to Tinker. Okay. Let's sack this now. Blow up 2 of their lands and 2 of ours, unfortunately. Oh no, 1 of ours. Only 1. This, and this. Because of the planes. And honestly, Might Stone, Weak Stone's not a bad draw here. Ooh, as Menace. It's interesting. Let's see what they want to do, because I am going to be attacking. I really hope they don't have a braid. If they have a braid, the game's probably over. Perfect. No, don't have lightning. Oh, no, they have to have 2 things? Oh. Does this have double strike? Okay, that was weird. Oh, okay, lightning bolt, sure. All right. Mightstone, Weakstone would be incredible here. Thieving Skydiver, also good. Stock Up, also good. It's probably just Jace and Nia, right? I could also just see Jace and Lotus Petal to get the Jace out now. That's probably worth it. And then I can Jace the Stock Up back. Attack for 2. This is an incredible game. Holy crap. Sure. They probably exile that to deal me 5. Yep. Let's hope they just draw another land, honestly. Or an uncastable Duress. Okay, cool. That's not going to do anything. Unfortunately, they're at 5 now, so I can't flash back the Mind... Wait, no. Mind Collapse is 5, isn't it? It is. Mind Collapse is 5. Discard the Workshop.
Minds are fragile. Hold them delicately. I see how all this connects now.
Kill that. I don't think I'm supposed to play Island. I think I'm supposed to just say go. Alright. We're pulling it off.
I love learning.
Getting closer to library as well. Let's see what they draw. Grief. Okay, we can kill Grief.
Every problem has a solution.
Alright. Maybe they'll draw another discard spell. Okay, land was good for us. Oh, Mightstone, Weakstone? Let's draw 2. I was definitely supposed to play my mountain or my island. Draw 2 cards. That's a Dak Faden. Uptick. Nothing.
I have a lot to think about.
Attack for 2. Grim Monolith does quite literally nothing. Next turn with Stock Up, I have a library. Alright, draw a land. Alright, they did. Cool. Let's Stock Up.
Knowledge is a skeleton key.
Some more lands, okay. Sure. Draw a card off library. Island. Grim Monolith. Remember when I said it doesn't do anything? It does something. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to... I guess I was supposed to play Hedge Maze. I don't know why I thought I had the double blue, because I was going to start fate. Oh, no, I do have double blue. I'm so stupid. I'm glad I realized that. Blue, blue. I even have Force of Will for the next top deck. Gross. Alright, well now this game I think is over. Decline. I can even steal the blood token, which is kind of funny.
What a refreshing thought.
Let's target them. Go for the throat? Sure, that can stay on top. I supposed to just play cards? I guess I am. I don't know. I don't need the library. I only have 7 cards left in deck anyways.
I'm the greatest thief
Gain control of that.
Well, this'll fetch a nice price.
Honestly, I'll just play Island. They have a go for the throat for the Snapcaster Mage, which doesn't matter. Yep. I just need to not draw a bunch of cards. Evora doesn't do anything. Oh, nice.
Where's the next puzzle?
Target them with Dak Faden. Yeah, so they draw a discard.
I'm a talented improviser.
Okay. Oh, that was horrible. That was oopsies. I guess we bounced that. That was so bad. Sure. Sure. I attack them, flashback the whatchamacallit, and then they die, so the Galvanic Blast. Let's go to combat. See if they take it. Maybe they forgot about the Galvanic Blast if that's removal, but I have the Force of Will, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Flashback. Galvanic. Target them. GG's.
Every thought.
Force of Will backup. Yep. They don't know I have Force of Will, so it is good to go through the motions. Alright, I almost blundered that there towards the end by making this Evara huge, but I'm glad we got there anyways. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 6 of this monstrosity. I go first, and this hand seems horrible. It's mulligan. This hand still doesn't seem great, but we'll keep it. I'm going to bottom this Lotus Petal. Probably going to pitch this Manamorphose to Chrome Mox, so I can stock up, maybe find a Tinker. Okay, let's find a Tinker. Excuse me. Well, at least those are on the bottom. That makes me happy. I am a couple mana away from flashbacking stock up, which I will happily do. Uh-oh. That's scary. That's less scary. Let's just kill that. Okay, cool, it resolved. Great. And now I can Snapcaster stock up. I just really want to find Tinker. And then 9 them a couple times. If they had baubles, they would have played them. So I don't think they have any 0 drops in their hand, which is great. Oh, Tezzeret. Does Tezzeret change anything? Probably not. If this gets countered, it gets countered. I don't really care. I'm going to play around Days, because why not? Okay, mana drain. That's unfortunate. Well, now they can play their own big artifact, which is not great. Quarry Steelcutter into Trinket Mage. It's not a bad one. Into a 1 or a 0. Into Mana Crypt. They probably hold that. Oh, okay. So that means they have something else they want to cast this turn, because that would have triggered the Quarry Steelcutter next turn, basically guaranteed. Displacer Kitten. Okay. Alright. This deck's finally starting to run out of steam, I see. Nah, that's fine. I didn't expect to get this far. And we still have a loss to give, so... Sure, let's block. Like, what are we doing? Not blocking? That's a tinker. I guess, are we supposed to Tezzeret first? Test the waters? Okay, it resolved instantly.
I will seize my new future.
What does Titan do? Blows up 2 of their lands, but they still have a bunch of mana with Tolarian Academy. So that means I guess we get Triplicate Titan.
This technology is advanced.
Okay.
Work harder.
2-turn clock here. They have to deal with it or kill me, and Displacer Kitten is an easy way to kill me. I assume if they had Jace, they would have played it by now. If they had Dak Faden, they would have played it by now. If they had Otawara, they would have played it by now. Okay. Yep, we know the Tezzeret doesn't matter.
Not as weak as I expected.
Maybe they bolt it now. That'd be cool. Sure. That doesn't matter. Okay. In case they're a breach, am I supposed to... I guess let's do this first. Because if I probably am supposed to get Soul Guide Lantern here. That's kind of funny, actually. Because now I can do the thing, as the kids say, and not go down on anything, and then next turn I can flip Nia.
I am in charge.
Alright, let's get Soul Guide.
Even these strange metals answer to me.
Let's exile, probably... I guess it doesn't really matter. It probably does. I don't know. We'll see.
Too easy.
Either way, let's attack with Triplicate Titan and see if that's enough. They got 1 turn. Oh, I would have sacked the Mana Crypt. Okay, or they can just win all their flips. Profs. Okay, what are they blinking? Legion. That would make sense. That tells me they don't have a big mana play. Because otherwise they would do the Mana Crypt, right? Yeah, that makes sense, because I can flip that. Drawing a card. They can't kill us via the graveyard yet. So no random, like, breach win. Okay, good game. This has officially become a profitable draft, and I still have a loss to give. That's incredible. I'll see you next round. Almost forgot to hit record. I think this is round 7? I think this is round 7. Anyways, we have a Tinker again, so we're going to keep. Opponent is on the play, though, which is unfortunate. But technically, this is turn 2 Tinker. I'll play the Lotus Petal out, make them think about it. If they tap out, I may just turn 2 this Tinker. Oh yeah, I'm turn 2ing this Tinker. I don't want a Mystical Tutor yet. I can blow up their lands. That seems smart. Let's do that. Dang, if I would have waited one more turn. Oh well. Alright. Let's see if they block. Okay. Any land, cast Mightstone, Weakstone. Don't have a fetch. Okay, they have a Saga. It's not bad. Let's see if they have another spell. Okay, they're choosing not to block. Alright, any land? Any land, there we go. I will just kill that Bristly Bill. Yep. Now if I draw a red source, I get to Galvanic Blast their construct. Hopefully we just draw a mountain here. Oh, interesting. Okay, well we did not draw a mountain. Alright, let's make them sack their construct. Yep. A Mox would be lethal here off the top. A lot of things are lethal here. Okay, opponent didn't even float. I wonder if that was a misclick. Don't go for red. Don't you dare turn that to red. No, is this a Dak Faden? Or is this an Abrade? Please just be an Abrade. If this is Dak Faden, it's probably game over in the other direction. Okay. Yep. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Alright, red mana and we win. Okay, Force of Will makes me happy. Force of Will was an incredible draw. They're not dead because of the Zern Orb, but yeah, I was going to say then they go to 0 lands, so... Alright, I think that's 6 wins now. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 8. Opponent is on the play and we have a library I'm keeping. Let's hope that they're not a Hull Breacher deck or an Orcish Bowmaster deck. Or any of that other shenanigans. Sure. Time Walk is annoying. Forest means they probably even have Tameo in their deck, the Simic one. I guess they're technically both Simic. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but luckily the way this is worded, I can still draw a card on their turn. I just can't draw more cards on my turn.
Meditate and prepare.
And if they have a draw 7, I'm going to be very sad. Let's just Hedge Maze. Get rid of that. Discard a card, eh? Guess we get rid of Island. Don't have Tameo, please. Alright, let's see if they have a draw 7.
What's the trick for this?
Draw 7 probably ends the game. That's a draw 7. Can they discard it? Because if not, they'll just have it in a couple turns. We cannot steal that, unfortunately. Let's draw a card in response. Okay, we did not hit a Force of Will. We have one more turn to get a Force of Will before we effectively lose the game. Man, imagine if I just played Island Go. Then I just get the Snapcaster Mage there, since they tapped out a blue, and get to kill the Narset. I get to steal the Grim Monolith. Yep, that's fine. You're not winning the game automatically. That's all I care about. And we're not even off library. Like next turn we can still library. Do they have something for 3 colorless? What is this shenanigans? Okay. Mystical Tutor. Okay, this has to be for a Time Twister. Oh, Frantic Search. Okay. How far are they on the... Okay, they're too many cards off still. That's good. For the Shelldock Isle. 22 to my 27. Oh, yeah, but it also pitches it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Alright, opponent. It's okay, I'll just draw a Tinker with my 1 card. Oh, that's Tinker with my 1 card. That's Tinker with my 1 card, and I get to blow up their mana. I'm just, like, thinking of Miracles. Or Miracle. Like, when they go to beat the Russians. That's how I feel right now. Obviously, nothing's set in stone.
I concede.
But, I mean, do you believe in miracles is happening right now in my head. Sure, what is this going to be for? Time Walk? Sure. Land, Time Walk? Okay. Thanks to their draw 7, they're a couple turns from getting that Shelldock Isle into play. Do they have Tameo? Them redrawing Mystical Tutor is kind of insane. But I also had Mystical Tutor, so whatever. Okay, now they have a blocker. They have 2 blockers? Okay. Let's see how they... Oh, they don't. Okay. Actually, you know what? They have draw 7s in their deck. I think I will leave Library of Alexandria.
You're inferior in every
Ooh, you know what?
way.
I guess if they have Tameo... No, I'll just untap. I can get the thing next turn.
Obey me.
Okay, they're still 1 card away from Shelldock Isling, and that may not even be anything. It may be a dud. I'm hoping it's a dud. I will be getting Soul Guide Lantern next turn, though. Frantic Search again. Okay, that's the Shelldock Isle, unfortunately. Good draws from our opponent. We had a sick draw too, but this is unreal. Okay, discarding 2 lands. It's unfortunate for us. Okay, it's something. Oh, Chrome Host? Okay. That's not the end of the world. Esper Origins? Okay. That gets a 2/2 into play that they can flip right now. Okay. Ooh, stock up even? Let's see. They have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 11 power exactly. Let's just go get the Soul Guide Lantern.
Even the smallest trinket has its use.
Wow. Okay, but now they can't flip it. They don't have to block here. Alright, land Soul Guide does it. Okay, Soul Guide. I guess Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal.
There is no system I can't improve.
I'll just take the Time Walk. I could probably take the Planeswalker, but they can attack my Planeswalker and put that back in anyways. I should probably have exiled their yard. Yeah, I'm going to exile their yard if, or, no, I guess because this is instant. Oh, no, it's sorcery. Okay. Let's just shrink that. Tide Hollow, or Tide, whatever the stupid 3 mana. Okay, I was going to say, that would be incredible here. No blocks. Time Warp? Okay. Alright, I'm not even mad. Not even mad. Snapcaster Mage would be an incredible draw here. Because then I can Tezzeret. Oh no, Lotus Petal's already gone. Never mind. I was going to say I could Tezzeret for Lotus Petal and have 5 mana for the Tinker. Yep. Okay. I mean, I'm blocking that with Skydiver, I guess. I guess the Soul Guide Lantern play was bad. Because having a Vigilant Sun Titan would be really nice. Yeah, this Crumho Seed Shark was just enough for them.
I am in charge here.
This forces a block. Unfortunately, it's a 0-3 block, but an endurance. Great game. Great game, opponent. I'll see you in round 9. Welcome to the 9th and final round of this exhilarating draft. This is incredible, no matter win, lose, or draw. Yeah, this is turn 2 Tinker for Titan. Not Titan. Well, I guess they're both Titan, I think. Yeah, we'll keep. We're going to go Island Moxjet. And honestly, a workshop away from this Sundering Titan. I know it's only 7 mana, but we have a lot of draws. I assume we're going to get to 1 more mana. Okay. Let's hope they don't have, like, Swords to Plowshares. That would be very bad for us. Ocelot Pride, not that bad for us. There's a non-zero chance that I just want to get... oh, what's it called? The Might Stone Weak Stone, but I feel like that's just horrible. Let's just make them have the Swords to Plowshares. All right, that's 7 wins, baby. I'll see you in the outro. What even is cube draft? Like how? I would have lost so much money if you told me this deck not only was going to get 7 wins, but it was honestly kind of crazy how we got there. And we almost went 7-1. Like we were that close to 7-1. And even then that other loss, like who knows? Yes, I understand Tinker go Burr. But I mean, look at this deck. This kind of speaks to what I talk about a lot. With depending on how many videos you've watched, I know I've ran on multiple videos now. This speaks volumes for the type of cube that this is, and this isn't a dig. I do enjoy this cube. It is fun, but when you have a cube that's this large, just this many cards in them, like decks are gonna have more mediocre cards in them. Now, mediocre is a loose term here because we're still like, if this is the NBA per se, you know, NBA backups are still going to slaughter college teams, right? But it's I don't know. I feel like I have a bunch of NBA backups right now, and then I have like LeBron James as my tinker, or Michael Jordan as my tinker, and then like and then the rest of it is like, yeah, I don't even I can't even compare because I don't want to insult anyone because they're all much better basketball players than I am. But yeah, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Key things for this deck: we hit Tinker and Mystical Tutor early and often. That's honestly about it. Force of Will rarely ever came up. We don't have a lot of blue cards, so it's not a great Force of Will deck. Um, like nothing else really mattered. The stock up mattered a lot. I guess the stock up put in work. The Mind Collapse was an absolute all-star. Absolute all-star in the Mind Collapse. Galvanic Blast even got there a little bit. And we got to mix up with the Sundering Titan and the Triplicate Titan. Like it wasn't just one or the other. Like being able to have either was really nice. So it's really all I have to say. I don't know. Did we activate Currency Converter ever? I don't know if we did. I don't remember what I took over currency or what I took currency converter over, but I remember being like, no, I should have taken the currency converter. One of you guys tell me. I don't remember what it was, but I probably would have rather have had that, I guess. But yeah, no, this was a very, very fun draft. My heart rate got up quite a bit. I wouldn't say I want to draft this again. Like I would love to draft this archetype again, but yeah, I'm rambling now. I do apologize. I greatly value your time. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you had half as much fun as I did. Because if you did, then I'm sure you had a great time. I'll catch you next time.